What's up, people? How are you? Happy Friday, if it's Friday that you're watching. It is Friday for me, and it's almost over. Tick tock, tick tock. The family's coming over. The family's coming over. It's Rob's 50th birthday. Well, it was yesterday, so we're celebrating with the family tonight. The grandparents are coming. So, got to rush this one, but it is so important to talk about bookkeeping, accounting, and the end of year. Doctors, please listen up. This is important, okay? Are you listening? So when I was running a medical practice, sorry about that. That's a doctor. Got the other half, he asked? Bet you want to know what that means. Doctors crack me up. So when I ran a practice, the last one, high viewer, these amazing doctors would have our accounting company come at the end of the year, and everybody would be really nervous because, wasn't our strength. The strength is medical and their strength is accounting. So with that, the accounting company would come. I would say the same thing every year. Now, they're going to come and they're going to tell us a lot of stuff. And if you have questions, I need you to ask while they're here. Okay? And when they asked no questions, then the next day was like just chaotic. They said they understood and they felt good and they gave hugs to the accountants, and the accountant left. And I was left trying to explain something that was like a foreign language to me. So the truth of the matter is that there's a lot of fear wrapped around end of year for physicians because they don't really understand the accounting part. I'm not talking about all of you. I'm talking about most. Don't judge. But a lot of the doctors that I've worked with, don't outsource their bookkeeping, or they don't outsource accounting. They get a friend. When I first started in the old practice, the accountant was a doctor's husband's good friend. Guess how long that lasted? Not long, especially when he took us out for drinks in the middle of the afternoon. That's the true story. So I really think it's important that you think about end of year, that you think about hiring people, and when you don't understand something, you should ask questions. Now, I never knew while running a practice that I could outsource my bookkeeping. I didn't know that because I had a finance manager at the time that was a lot older, and I had to teach her the internet, and I swear I'm not making any of that up. I had to teach her the internet. But God bless her, she has passed on now, and it was after I left that she did this practice. But, I could have outsourced that bookkeeping because my bookkeeper is like, this is not difficult. The same thing happens every month, and the same thing would happen every month in the big practice that I was running. So very grateful that I have somebody that I outsource my bookkeeping to, and they do a great job. And then they talk to my accountant, which I love, because guess what I do not want to do? As much as I love you, Sal, I don't want to talk to you, if I can help it. So I rely on my bookkeeper to do that. Now, I'm always nervous going, just like my doctors would be at the end of the year, because it's like, oh, so much going on, but I don't know. Are you going to tell me I have to pay a lot of money to the IRS? Ooh, is everything legit? It's not like there should be any reason for a flag going up because I'm such a small frog in a big, big, big pond. But, these things run through your head. So really leave it to the experts, because if there's one thing, and this is what my bookkeeper and I talked about today in the meeting, if there's one thing that we know for sure, doctors don't always handle their money very well. And they spend a lot of money sometimes, and not all of you either, but a lot of you, on, things you don't need, like 2 homes or some, maybe a Porsche when you can't afford it, or boats to keep up with people because you're a doctor. And then you have all of these like student loans. You're still paying them off. That's crazy. So do yourself a favor. Before it gets really bad, you hire professionals. I cannot stress this enough. And I can't believe there's 3 viewers. What's everybody doing on a Friday night at 6:22? I love that. Will you leave a comment, please, and subscribe if you haven't? And listen to our podcast. My podcast, so good. I did one with a dentist today. Just go to any iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and search The Doctor Whisperer, and you will be able to listen. So really good interviews with a lot of really great doctors and people in the industry. So listen, end of year. It's a nerve-wracking and very exciting time. But I really highly recommend, if you don't feel so great about your finance manager or whoever's doing your bookkeeping, you could outsource it. I use Supporting Strategies Tampa Bay, and I love Jeff. He's amazing. And I think it's a great idea because I've seen too many car wrecks. When a doctor tells me that he can't afford to pay me except via a credit card, so I don't want to see that happen. I want people to be better at their finances because that's not what we do best. Now, I am no doctor, but it's also not my strength. Know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are. Pay for this. It's well worth it. And outsource it if you can. Why would you pay somebody a full salary and benefits and all that other stuff if you don't have to? Okay, well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck to you at the end of the year. This is 297. There's only going to be 3 live ones left. And then I'm going full on regular videos. And hopefully it'll be better than before. But I'd love to hear your comments and any questions I can ever ask you. I'm happy to do that. So enjoy your weekend. Bye.